Do y'all remember a couple of years ago when everyone was saying Sofaygo fell off? Everybody was like, why is Sofaygo acting like Cardi? And why is Faygo not dropping any music? And why is Faygo not getting any Travis Scott features? Faygo should just retire and be a streamer. Yeah, Faygo wasn't with that. Faygo said he gonna do his own thing. And what did he do? Well, let's start off on by how Sofaygo allegedly fell off. As you know, Pink Hearts dropped November 12th, 2022. And I'm not gonna lie, it flopped. Like, low key, the album sucked, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I see why. I've heard this album multiple times. I tried to get into it, but nothing really just caught my attention and made me feel something. Like, every song was over 3 minutes, and this is not Osama Son. The song doesn't have a break, or it doesn't have a beat switch or anything like that. No type of interlude, none of that. So it's just straight Faygo rapping. And then nothing else just felt like, it didn't feel like a Sofaygo album. Like, it felt very slow. Like, Faygo is an upbeat type of artist, and he's talking these very slow melodic beats. And I feel like this album was for the mainstream list, just for like the mainstream type of appeal, because it was just slow, chill. I was thinking like a Don Toliver feature on there and a DJ Khaled feature, which is insane, by the way. By the way, this was 2022, so late 2022. So Rage was popping off. Like, this is the year that all the Cardi clones started popping out. We had Lancey Fox, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, Lifeless Garments, a whole bunch of other niggas just trying to clone Cardi. Not to mention Che had cracked TikTok and was going viral. So, and Cochise, I forgot about Cochise. And Cochise was also out here doing his little baby Cardi voice. So it was like a whole bunch of Cardi clones running around, and Faygo was kind of like out the loop of everything. And Faygo just didn't do anything after this album. Like, he kind of just felt stuck. Like, he never made a deluxe. I don't even think he did a tour. Like, he didn't do a tour or nothing like that. He just left. And we would see like Rolling Loud, this and that, and Sofaygo wasn't there. Like, Summer Smash, he wasn't there at all. Like, and every time we asked Travis Scott about him, he just never answered at all. Like, I thought being signed to a label means they push out your music. If you have no music to push out, they're supposed to force drop for you, right? Or am I wrong? Like, I never been signed to a label, so I wouldn't know. And he was one of the only niggas of his time that was falling off. Like, he came from that 2020, 2021 era. Like, at this time, 2022, Tana was still popping off. Young Chris was still going. Desus Dawn was still going. Like, everybody except him was on this run. Even Midwest was going crazy. Like, he got a feature with Babytron. Like, even like everybody else except him was just going up crazy. And I think I know why. He got the Apple Spotlight of Doom. And every nigga that has this falls off. Think about it. Ice Spice was on there. Jace was on there. And worst about it, Faygo was on there for an entire 3 years. They put Faygo's face on the Apple Music Spotlight for 3 years. And that's insane. And the worst part about it, every time he tried to drop, it kept getting leaked. I don't know what his password was, but Discord niggas just kept finding it. And what makes it even worse is that Travis Scott, Don Toliver, and ASAP Ferg, I think he used to be in there. Everybody else was dropping music. Like, everybody else just kept dropping music perfectly fine. Even though Faygo was getting constantly leaked, they were like, oh, here you go, here's an open, here's a feature. Nothing. They left Faygo out to dry. And then the only thing he could drop was Go Plus, which wasn't a bad album. It was only like 6 songs though. Like, in the underground, you're going to need more than 6 songs to get you to float. He was floating at this point. He was either sink or swim. And Faygo knew that. So he just went back to what made him famous.
Niggas stay the beach, your music suck. Little boy get summers,
So around 2021, 2020, we had brown hair Faygo. This is what we call peak Faygo. When Faygo was out here dissing Slay World. You know, he killed Slay World and put that one diss song where he dissed Can. He was just going crazy, bro. He was dropped what? War. He dropped War. He dropped there was another album I forgot the name of. It was like with a planet or something like that. I forgot that name of that album. That was also a good album. Faygo knew this was gonna put him back on the map. Faygo knew I'm gonna drop War Ready. He does all the production for it. He even does promo. He does photo shoots. He even dyes his hair. He gets tattoos. He gets all that. It gets leaked. The entire album got leaked. I think it was like a week before, by the way. A week before he's going to drop it, it gets leaked. And even worse, a couple months after it gets leaked, Rich Amiri steals the swag. I don't know what's worse. I really don't know. Getting your entire album leaked, that'll put you on the map. Put you back on the map. Make you back another staple figure in the underground. Or Rich Amiri stealing the swag. Bruh. I don't know what Rich Amiri was doing in 2024 and 2023. He was just, I don't know. Number one, he was botting streams. I don't care what y'all say, but them streams on one call, I think it has like 500, 400 million. Yeah, those streams were botted. Every other song had like less than 1 million plays. How does one song get you 500 million plays and the rest of them are like 200K, 500K, 600K? Like, makes no sense at all. But anyway, Faygo left again. Like after this, Faygo was done. I thought Faygo retired, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really thought Faygo was done. Faygo dropped one of the best albums of 2025. Faygo became a staple underground artist once again. This album put Faygo back in top 10. I don't care what you say. Fuck Nine Vicious. Fuck Netspin. Fake Mink is cool. We can keep Fake Mink. Fuck Fang. Who else? Who else can I think of? Fuck SD Kid. Fuck Baby Chief Do It. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck all them niggas. So Faygo in 10. It don't matter. So Faygo dropped a banger album. It was like 20, 25 songs. W album. No skips at all. He did it without no distortion. It was barely any distortion. It was no copy and paste rage album. It was actual lyrics you could understand. You could hear the emotion in his voice. It was so beautiful. I cried listening to the album. My God has returned. My God, Faygo. Faygo is back. And also, after he dropped this album, he's going to Rolling Loud. He's in Rolling Loud, I'm pretty sure. I gotta look at the list again, but I'm pretty sure Faygo's in Rolling Loud. Faygo is back on the map. He was took off the map by himself, and he finally got back on the map. And that is how So Faygo revived his career. You saw the fall, you saw the grind, and you saw the rise just like that. He had another come up story. He had 2 come up stories just like this, bruh. This is movie making peakness. But, alright, brother. Let me stop glazing. Hold on. That was the end of the video. This is the end of the video, bruh. Oh my, bruh. So Faygo is just so tough, bruh. One of the best artists of our generation. Faygo is going places. Faygo's up there. Faygo over Nine Vicious any day. I don't care what y'all niggas say. I'm Chucky XTK, and you just watched the Underground Banger.